Palantir gets a crucial link on one of the biggest media stages in the world all on a Friday where we're hitting all-time highs, at least valuation-wise. But there's been monumental moments that have led to this when looking back. So looking at the stock briefly, Palantir has broken into the $32 range today, and as of this recording, we'll see if it actually closes the week off here. But regardless, we are at an all-time high for the market valuation of the company. Note, looking at any all-time stock chart though, which utilizes the price per share, we'll show you a different story because of the larger share float today, but really this is something to at least acknowledge for Palantir where it's at today after their latest Q2 2024 earnings. Now, giving my own personal thoughts here, it's a cool milestone to see, especially if you've been around for the last few years and have been following the company closely. Obviously, by any traditional lens, this is a quote-unquote expensive company, rich valuation, and definitely with a lot of future growth and execution already priced into the stock. And really, the big thing now is, which I've been endlessly saying, is that Palantir just needs to continue proving themselves that they're worth this. And everyone's got their own 2 cents, of course, but Palantir is a much different company today at $32 than it was back then under $10, say in 2022. Now, first, the biggest kind of this trend starter, though, which changed the trajectory, is still playing out today, actually, and that's the artificial intelligence platform. And honestly, looking back, this was monumental catalyst for Palantir to start finding their way into commercial customers. They had Foundry and Apollo out already, but it wasn't the same splash or excitement that we're seeing with enterprise customers that we're seeing today all around AIP. But little do they know, Foundry is crucial still and vitally important for their analyses once they've gotten their AI implemented and wrapped around. And don't forget too, the ontology is really powering this all under the hood. But AIP was monumental though in moving the trajectory of the company to where it is today and even being possible to see this growth because that's just what's bringing people in. Then on the other side of the equation too, which was cool if you had an awesome new platform, but no one could use it at the time when it was so fresh. Well, they tried upping their sales force, but still seeing limited results. But then they kind of went back to their roots of forward deployed engineers and that model. But instead of the implementation side, it was more on a sales and education side of things with AIP boot camps, which we've gotten a good amount of time to work these out throughout the past few months and really running these up. And the market seems to be recognizing at least that these two major pieces can drive future growth for the company. So my opinion really is, and this is at a very high level, is that the risk of Palantir in discovering a growth driver and having a place in the AI economy is basically gone now. So there's an actual premium there to pay for that opportunity. But now really it comes down to the execution and the growth and actually capturing the market and its dollars, reaching a good place ahead of the competitors. And with their valuation today, it comes down to how fast will they grow and will it be accelerating growth versus constant high growth? And that can make a huge difference compounded over even just a few years. So we'll see how this plays out. Now, in some unexpected news today as well, Palantir's co-founder and well-known billionaire Peter Thiel had his guest appearance on the Joe Rogan Show podcast posted. And unless you've been living under a rock, this is one of the biggest media opportunities in the world. Now, it's a 3.5 hour long podcast, and note Thiel is the chairman of Palantir's board, so he's not in the day-to-day operations here, and that's not really the focus too of the content. So it's not like they really focused on Palantir itself, but in the description, you actually get Palantir's link at the bottom, which really opens a tremendous opportunity, in my opinion, for at least some people to trickle in and to learn about Palantir. Now, the reach of the podcast is undeniable at millions of views on videos and over 17 million subscribers for the channel. And if you were to say do ads, the real estate on Joe Rogan's video description is worth a ton, just because of the sheer number of eyes that can come across this. And really, it can only help Palantir when getting exposure because it only takes one person at a prospective enterprise to make that big step to give them a chance and maybe go to a boot camp or even eventually lead down to a high value contract down the line. So it's definitely a pleasant surprise on a Friday and unexpected from me. But what are your thoughts below? And I'll see you in the next video.